Hello everyone, today I'm going to cover step 1 on how to use the West Coast RC Works pan car servo setup system. Now, as you can see here, I've stripped the front end completely off and I've also taken off the servo saver. So this has allowed me to mount the West Coast RC machined datum blocks, the measuring blocks that you'll be using on the left and right hand side, and I also put a suspension ball on the servo spline here, which will act as a nice point to measure off of. Now, one thing about the material here, it's kind of like a carbon material. It's not plastic, but when you do tighten these down, you don't have to go hog wild and use all this brute force to screw this down because it's just a measuring surface. And that's pretty much it. It's a really easy setup to use. Now, why is this important? Like, why should we bother going through this hassle of stripping out the front suspension and mounting the stuff? Well, with the 1/12 scale front end, you want to make sure that the geometry, such as the camber, the caster, the toe in or toe out, you want to make sure it's all perfect because these are really small cars and very precise cars. With the handling and steering, and you want to make sure that everything that goes on in the front end is set up precisely, even down to the point where the position of your servo has to be perfectly in line with the chassis. And the great thing about this setup here is it eliminates any guesswork, which I spent a lot of time with trying to eyeball the servo here to see whether or not it's perfectly centered. But like I said, the guesswork is removed, where all you need to do is simply take your digital caliper, place it on the spline here, and then just take the measurement on the one side and then do the opposite, and that will give you a number. So right now, to give you an idea, this side here is 37.82 millimeters. And on the other side here is 35.7 millimeters. So obviously there's a big difference between the left and right hand side. And this will cause some serious, not necessarily a serious handling issue, but you'll notice that the car will handle differently going into the left and right hand turns. And so you want to make sure that the servo is dead on, central to the servo, so you have equal steering throw left and right. And yeah, it's very important to have this set up for your 1/12 scale, and I think this is a tool that is I think necessary for anyone regardless of your skill level, because you want to try to eliminate any errors with the 1/12 scale, especially in the front end. And yeah, definitely suggest getting one of these, and easy, quick to use, and it once again eliminates the guesswork of setting up your servo setup. Okay, I hope this video was of a help. Check out West Coast RC Works, and definitely look into getting the pan car servo setup system, because it takes out any guesswork with your front end steering setup. Okay, bye bye.